I'm coming at you live on tape from Sydney, Ohio. And imagine, if you will, a movie that is a mixture between Matrix and Transformers, where everybody wears black and they wear goggles. Whenever they're outside, it's raining and they're all wet. And there are robots who can disguise themselves as rocks or or buildings, and they can transform into tanks or guns, or they can pull up guns on them. And the CGI and this whole movie was made for about $5. And then it's got a former WWE diva in it. And you have this week's movie, Transmorphers. It's from the company that brought us Sharknado. Yeah, everybody's tuning out now. But no, this is a bad movie. But it might be so bad it's good. It starts out with a voiceover saying in 2009, the far off year of 2009. This movie was made in 2007, by the way. So in the far off year of 2009, we found a planet with life on it. We sent it a message of peace. And then 5 years later, they attacked us. Wiped out 90% of the Earth's population in minutes. And all the rest of the humanity went underground as the robots changed the Earth's atmosphere so there was no more sun and it rained all the time. Because apparently robots like rain. Now that should teach us, in the future, if our scientists ever find life on another planet, do not send a message of peace. But then get every sci-fi movie in human history should teach us that. So then we go to the story where they're debating where they're seeing that the Transmorphers are getting closer to the human settlement. So they go to the chairman and the Science Guild, and I don't know who the leader of the Science Guild is. I don't know the guy's name. Is saying that we must strike now and do the Science Guild's plan. Well, General Van Ryberg, who is insanely hot and kind of young to be a general and leader, and she's the leader of the military guild, is saying we must not fight. Meanwhile, the chairman, who is a woman, is called chairman, and they always address as sir, so I'm going to assume she has a penis, is taking it all in. Now, the Science Guild has a good plan, and the chairman goes with that. Mainly because maybe she wants to stick her penis in him. Maybe she's a gay man with a penis. I don't know. I'm stuck on the chairman having a penis, though. So the military guild orders them to get the best men together for this mission. And they call on Blackthorn and his group of recruits. And they go over the mission. They're going to disable a Transmorpher, get the fuel cell, and try not to get the attention of any other Transmorphers. Just go up, disable, get a fuel cell. Don't get anyone's attention. Well, it all goes horribly wrong because the Transmorphers have a brain scanner and they can read people's minds and they know what the humans are doing, and then the rock turns into a robot, and then more Transmorphers show up. So General Van Ryberg cuts off communications, denies air support, and tells them to bring the next people with promotions in. She just leaves her men to die. Now, I like General Van Ryberg in this movie, mainly because she looks like she's about to have an orgasm in just about every scene. So then the rest of the military guild is arguing about who the best man is with General Van Ryberg. And most of them agree that it's this guy called Warren Mitchell, who is a traitor and is locked up. We then found out his lockup is to be put in the deep freeze. Now, everyone knows the best way to get people out of the deep freeze is microwave. So they microwave him, and he comes out and he starts making demands. He demands his men, who are also in the deep freeze, also get microwaved out of it. And they agree on one, Itchy. Not the guy from All Dogs Go to Heaven, though. So it'd be really cool to have Dom DeLuise in this movie. I believe he was still alive in 2007. So I'm not sure. I did not look it up. Another guy named Itchy, who vows his loyalty to Warren Mitchell and not to General Van Ryberg. Then Warren Mitchell's ex-girlfriend arrives to wish Mitchell luck, though she's now married to General Van Ryberg. At which point, Warren Mitchell goes to inspect his troops, who are all fresh out of the academy troops, who are useless, except for one girl who hit him and almost killed him, who he agrees to take on. Itchy then goes and meets with the platoon of fighter pilot babes, because everyone knows babes do good in fighter pilots. Babes make the best fighter pilots, and they also make the best people doing beach volleyball. And beach volleyball and fighter pilots have a lot in common. You ask them if they can get some recruits together. And of course, half volunteer, the other half just want to play beach volleyball again. And gives them some smokes. I don't know if smokes are outlawed in the future or if they just don't have anywhere to get smokes at. This is never really, the smoke thing is never really explained why you can't get smokes. I mean, I don't want to go to a future where I can't get smokes, so I want to quit smoking. I think smoking should be legal forever, and I think we should let 5-year-olds do it. Like in the 50s. Smoke. So these chicks all volunteer, and he's got some other recruits, but they all die in battle. We don't even know any of them. And they go out to disable one of these Transmorphers and get the fuel cell, but there's a brain scan again. And a bunch of other Transmorphers show up, and they fight them, and everybody's wet. Everybody's always wet in this movie when they're on the surface. It's a very wet movie. So they apparently could afford a water hose in this movie. So the CG looks like it came out of the 70s. But they get the robot to the place where they can remove the fuel cell, but they lose 2 people. Well, one person the robot takes, and then the other person goes after them. The other person is Mitchell's ex-girlfriend, Nadir, who Mitchell wants to immediately go after, but they say, no, we need to protect this fuel cell person during the transfer, because what they're doing is they're going to pull the fuel cell, and then they're going to put a link in the fuel cell that's going to put a shutdown code, and they can put that in the tower, and then that's going to send information to all the Transmorphers and shut them down. They never called them Transmorphers in the movie, but we're just going to call them Transmorphers because the name of the movie is Transmorphers, and clearly they are Transmorphers. And we can't call them Transformers legally because because Hasbro owns that. So the fuel cell is also a tracking device, and they get tracked too fast before they can get the fuel cell out. So they head back to base, where now they've got a problem. The Transmorpher is an alien robot. It's not only a robot, but it's an alien. It's both alive and dead, kind of like Schrodinger's cat. So if they move the fuel cell, it'll completely kill it. But if they leave the fuel cell in, it'll lead them back to the base. It'll lead them back to where the humans live. So they try to remove the fuel cell, and it completely kills it. But now the Transmorphers know where the humans are, so they're coming after the humans. So their entire army is coming after the humans. So the humans prepare to go to war. General Van Rydberg goes to the chairman. Chairman demands an update. Van Rydberg tells him, since he's got a penis, he's a him, tells him they're going to war, and Van Rydberg whips his dick out and shows him Van Rydberg's dick is bigger. Van Rydberg leads a team. The chicks all go to their planes. Warren Mitchell leads a team. And Warren Mitchell finds out he's a robot, but a robot who can hope. I don't actually know how that works, but he's a robot, but he's a robot built like a human, with thoughts, emotions, is self-aware, and can hope. I don't know how you program hope into a robot, but it sounds very, very complicated. Kind of like programming a clock on a microwave. Or programming my oven to work. I've never actually used my oven. I don't know how to work it. I use my air fryer for everything. My air fryer, toaster oven, for everything. So the fuel cell goes in Mitchell, who's now going to make it into the enemy tower, and send a shutdown code from himself while dying in the process. But first, they have to get Nadir and blonde chick she's with, whose name I don't know, back. Well, Van Rydberg goes to war finally. She's a leader who's never been to war. How she got the generalship, I don't know. Maybe she inherited it. Maybe it's like being a princess. Your father was a general, then he died, and so you became a general. I don't know. So the battle ensues. Mitchell rescues Nadir, who looks like she dies, but doesn't die. So maybe she's a robot too. I don't know. Blonde chick. And then they break into the tower, but the tower's a robot. And it transforms. But then there's guns, but the guns are set to life forms, human life forms, living things. Therefore, Mitchell can get through. So all the humans get out, and Mitchell goes through, puts in a shutdown code, and all the robots shut down. And then the sun comes out. And we see the blue sky, and everyone's outside, and there are chemtrails. So apparently, even in the future, even 300 years in the future, so it might have been 400 or 500 years in the future, I don't quite remember. Humans are putting chemtrails in the air to control the weather to make it sunnier. And that is the end of Transmorphers. I mean, this movie isn't. I mean, this movie is bad. Don't get me wrong, this movie is bad. It's badly acted. As I said, Jennifer Van Rybrook looks like she's about to have an orgasm half the time. Amy Weber, who's the ex-WWE diva in this. It's a good thing she went into real estate sales nowadays. She's in real estate sales nowadays because she is not a very good actress. Person who plays Lux is the most entertaining character in this movie. No one else is entertaining. The Transmorphers, CGI is horrible. But this movie might be one of those movies that's so bad it's good. Because it's just horrible. I mean, the battle scenes are horrible. The storyline is goofy. But it's so bad, it's just kind of funny. It's so bad you just laugh along and eat popcorn, and it's hilarious. It's like Manos, the Hands of Fate. I mean, it's not as funny as Manos. Manos is fucking hilarious. I need to review Manos. But Transmorphers might be one of those movies you eat popcorn, you just laugh your ass off. That's hilarious. Because everything in it is just so awful. So watch it. Don't watch it. It's on Tubi. It's on Pluto. It's on several other streaming services. It's on several other apps. As I said, you'll find it funny, or you might just find it to be the worst movie you've ever seen. It is Transmorphers. It is by Asylum. It is an Asylum movie, so don't go in expecting the greatest thing ever. Now, of course, there is a song. There's always a song. We can't do a video without a song, can we? Sorry, that's something. That's something else. That's something else too. That's the doctor thing. In a world where it rains all day, the robots have taken over and they don't play. They can brain scan and they're not just tin cans. They can disguise themselves as anything. They might even be that diamond ring. They've wiped out most of mankind. Ain't many humans left alive. It's the Transmorphers hiding as a rock. The Transmorphers, there's nothing that can stop these alien robot transforming machines. How's humanity going to wipe the world clean of the Transmorphers? Humanity's one last hope is Captain Warren Mitchell, the all-time GOAT. He's putting together a team of ragtag soldiers who are mean. Their goal, a shutdown virus that will spread to all Transmorphers and make them dead. The battle will be fought, and humanity can't afford to lose. The Transmorphers, hiding as a rock. The Transmorphers, there's nothing that can stop these alien robot transforming machines. How's humanity going to wipe the world clean? The Transmorphers. General Van Rybrook has all her faith in Mitchell, but Captain Mitchell is in a real pickle. He's got men trapped behind enemy lines. And it turns out the Transmorphers are aliens and robots combined. The Transmorphers hiding as a rock. The Transmorphers, there's nothing that can stop these alien robot transforming machines. Has humanity going to wipe the world clean? The Transmorphers. Wow, this is a long video. So that's it for this week's movie. Come back next week and we'll do another movie.